this, father?
It's Mike Mexicano and the birthday girl, Tocolonial.
No, I'm not here. It's only Tope that's here. I'm not. I'll be back up today. Okay, now are we singing this song now?
Yeah, is it now? You can go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Start it. Let's hear.
Hey. This is that Mali not do. You not do better. Happy birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to the
Listen, guys. You guys are welcome to the show. We've got such an interesting show planned out for you guys here. So stick around with us for the next couple of hours. And here's a bit of advice for you guys. Dance. Even if you can't hear the music, it's going to lift your spirits up and set you on the right path for today.
Just don't do it on the road. That would be a very bad idea. I did that once when I was younger. Headphones on, screaming, but I was on the road and people thought I was crazy. You might want to stick around all week long at this point as Mike and Mazino settle once and for all.
No, you have to do the intro.
This Gangnam Style dispute from yesterday is to see who's better at it. It's not now, it's later. We'll do it.
It's a dance off.
You guys have to show yourself.
I know, but if you have to ask, I'll let you know that you're already slipping because, hey, you all know that Mike is going to win this one. But it's okay. If it's a hamburger challenge, maybe I'll win it. But I'll accept. The challenge is on. Let's dance the rest of the year off. And let's just make it a happy rest of 2020.
Indeed.
Let's put it like so. So my name is Mazino Peel.
My name is Mary Bashua Ali. Remember, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And that's across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigeria television.
Yes,
and we'll actually be checking out social media today. So listen up, we'll tell you exactly what we'll be talking about.
Oh, you can tell them now already. Dude,
yes, we just want you to wish Tope a happy birthday. That's what social media is all about today. We must make our girl feel really special because she is special.
Yes, indeed. She's only 16 today. So,
yes.
I guess
12,
that's a good
fine.
Most ladies are 16 until they are 60.
Why did Tope decide to amoteku us today?
Listen, you can also watch us live, by the way. Do remember now, absolutely anywhere across the world. A mobile app is available for you for download from Google Play or Apple iOS. Yeah, follow us on all our handles. Make sure you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria. We are at TVC Connect on all of these social media handles. Now, let's see what we have in store for today's show.
That's right. Joining us to talk about children health and safety during the holidays is Dr. Ayodele Rena, a consultant pediatrician, digital health communication expert, and health blogger. He is popularly known as the Noisy Ninja pediatrician.
You know, actually, like when your mother-in-law is giving you grief,
you are expected to be patient. What?
I think I look nice in this too.
Actually, you do look
You actually
good.
look good.
I'm done with
really
No.
good.
I'm supposed to look at my own camera, but no, it's better on the one shot. I'm just kidding.
You look good. You
I
do.
think
I
I
like
look
that.
nice.
That's
So
fantastic.
we have to sing today. Which one are we doing? For she's a jolly good fellow or happy birthday?
Happy
No,
birthday.
feel free. Which one?
Okay, so maybe are you leading?
No, you are leading. You are the one that started it. You started it there. You think it's
So
Malian
yesterday we had
birthday?
a shoot and now Imam Mukuro, the choir master
Yeah.
was teaching me how to pitch. You know that?
we asked Mike to sing Joy to the World. Look
Oh
out for
my,
it.
oh my
No,
God.
look at this what Imam was doing. Joy, you know how those choir masters in the village council had the
He
game.
said the music, so he was trying to get it right.
When I saw like when I was growing up, my father was in the choir, so I saw a choir master in him. The way he was just going on about it, and yeah, it was cool.
I'll tell you what.
So, yeah, sure.
Like from 4 to remember now, it's a special day, and if you want to give us some good tidings, do feel free on social media. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria. And what are you?
What's your own hashtag?
What's your own hashtag? What hashtag did
What hashtag is your
Today's
birthday?
top is 28.
Tope is 28.
Yeah.
Underscore hashtag Lizzie Bebe.
Stop that, Lizzie Bebe.
What is this? What is this?
No,
It's a new one.
don't worry.
That's it. It's something now.
They always come up with stuff for themselves. But remember, it's at TVC Connect. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. We are celebrating Tokolonio today. It's her birthday. And so you just have to send your messages in, and we'll be checking it out when we're doing social media later.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you guys.
Alrighty, tell you what we're going to do. Let's do a bit of weather. When we get back, some news, and we'll be right back.
Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has dismissed a 2-count charge of money laundering against Abdullahi Babale, the son-in-law to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Justice Chukwujeku Aneke upheld the defendant's no-case submission and struck out the charge filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on the ground of wrong venue. The court held that the charge ought not to have been filed in Lagos when the alleged offense was said to have been committed in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Mr. Babalele was arraigned in 2018 and then rearraigned on October 8, 2019 for accusation of giving former President Olusegun Obasanjo $140,000 on the instruction of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. The defendants pleaded not guilty on both occasions. This news will definitely please and interest a lot of Nigerians as it is. The federal government has extended the deadline for the provision of national identification number by telecommunications service subscribers. The Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy made this known in a statement on Monday after a meeting between the government and major stakeholders. The statement, jointly signed by the Executive Vice Chairman, Nigerian Communications Commission, Umar Dambata, and Director General, National Identity Management Commission, Aliyu Aziz, endorsed a 3 weeks extension for subscribers with national identification number from 30th December 2020 to 19th January 2021, and 6 weeks extension for subscribers without NIN from 30th December 2020 to 9th of February 2021. NIMC says it has provided strategies to enable citizens attend the registration in full compliance with COVID-19 protocols. The NCC had last week ordered telecommunications companies to suspend phone subscribers who have no national identification number within 2 weeks. Now to our coverage of the coronavirus. We begin in Nigeria, where the federal government has imposed new restrictions and amid the rising cases of the coronavirus in various parts of the country. Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, announced this on Monday at the briefing of the task force in Abuja. According to him, the new restrictions include the closure of all bars, nightclubs, pubs, and event centers, as well as recreational venues in all states and the Federal Capital Territory. All restaurants were also directed to close except those providing services to hotel residents, takeaways, home deliveries, and drive-ins. All informal and formal festivity events, including weddings, conferences, congresses, office parties, concerts, seminars, sporting activities, end-of-year events have been restricted to not more than 50 people. Gatherings linked to religious events have also been reduced to less than 50% of the capacity of the facility. Physical distancing and the use of face masks are to be strictly enforced. Events to be attended by more than 50 people are to be held outdoors only. The PTF also specified that public transporters should carry passengers not more than 50% of the capacity of their vehicles in compliance with social distancing rules. And that's it on the news update for this hour on Wake Up Nigeria. Time for the sports news.
Hey, welcome back to Mr. Going to start our day with a daily in hand and a coffee in the other. So let's start already by telling you what the headlines are in the national dailies. And this morning we're going to be starting, of course, from the Guardian newspaper. Our first big headline this morning is 13.6 trillion raises concerns on key parameters deficit. National Assembly approves 3.34 or rather 3.324 trillion naira for debt servicing, passes 453.2 billion naira NDDC 2020 budget, and FG to sell assets to finance 5.196 trillion naira deficit. And a look at the photo story here. Call from Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, Abdulkasani Bello, Samuel Odom, Yaya Bello, and Nasara 6 Deputy Governor Emmanuel Agbadu at the meeting of North Central Zone of Economy, Security and Development in Makurdi only just yesterday. At the bottom of the Guardian, scramble for identification number forces deadline extension. Commission shuts Lagos office over wide or rather unwieldy crowd and issues new guidelines. Experts warn of COVID-19 spread. A lot of talk about if this is the right time for this procedure, asking if it wouldn't aid the spread of the coronavirus. Reps probe a 19.2 billion naira Eastern Railway line contract, and new variant of COVID-19 may incapacitate, or rather, incapacitate current vaccine. Experts warn. Fayemi's rumored presidential ambition divides Ekiti APC. And finally, on the Guardian, Zulum indicts army police over insecurity in Borno State. Moving on now to our next daily for this morning. Let's do the Tribune. Amid COVID-19 second wave, FG reimposes restrictions. Find this on page 5. Civil servants from grade level 12 downward to work from home. All schools closed till January 18. Pubs, nightclubs, recreational centers also closed. Weddings, conferences, congresses, concerts all have restrictions on number of persons down to 50. A look at the photo story. Applicants for the National Identification Number begging the Office of National Identity Management Commission office in Ilorin, Kwara State on Monday. Or rather besieging, I should have said, sorry about that. And to the side of that, National Assembly passes 13.582 trillion naira 2021 budget, and Lautech to run multi-campus system. Oyo Assembly passes bill into law. Thousands stranded as Ijo youths block East-West Road. That's it for the Nigerian Tribune. We move on now to The Nation, and on the front page of The Nation, COVID-19 spike. Federal government slams 5-week restrictions. States FCTA to enforce rules. Travel restrictions most likely, especially at this time of the year. Rush for NIN in Abuja and Lagos. Others seem the activation deadline extended, but it had to be. And of course, at the very bottom of The Nation, oil plunges 5%, a new coronavirus strain. And at the top of The Nation, ASU mum Azingiye raises hope of varsity reopening. Olu of Wari Ogiame Ikenwoli passes on. Sad news there on page 5. And finally, House to probe 19.2 billion naira rail rehabilitation contract. And that's as much as we can cover this minute for the dailies. But tell you what we do, let's do a little bit of daily vulnerables for you, and when we get back, more inside of Wake Up Nigeria. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back inside Wake Up Nigeria. I'm Oteku, Mary, and of course,
wow.
Mike, you guys are welcome.
Oh, yeah, what was wow?
We were picking out the
You
dresses.
started
We
it too. It was not that. So if you want to hold anyone who is supposed to
Yeah.
hold this guy.
When you were picking your dress this
What do
morning,
you
you
say
ought to
about
know.
leopards?
What a mute.
That's not a leopard.
It's not a leopard.
That's a cougar. There is a spot in the middle. Leopards are whole.
Ogbeni.
Ogbeni Ahoteku.
Okay, so
Is she making a prediction?
I don't know.
Okay, so you were
to
saying
mention, yeah. So yesterday, it seemed like some new regulations, or maybe the older ones, were brought back for due to a second mutative strain of coronavirus. You know, it's the same thing with almost any other virus or almost any other disease. Mutations happen. You know, when they have resistance.
It's evolution.
Evolution, right? When there's resistance to some sort of a vaccine or a drug, they become stronger. It happens every time with everything, yeah? But you know, the very interesting thing I had to do with that came to my mind was when I saw the people at the crowd for NIN numbers at NIMC. You know, it was shocking. And you see, that's the reason why a number of people tend to misbelieve the government in things like this.
Because you're saying one thing,
Exactly.
your actions are showing the other.
The other, go to NIMC in Alausa Ikeja, you need to see the crowd there.
Yeah.
So normally banks used to do this, but I think banks have been stopped. So you need to see the crowd. So you tell people not to go to church, 50 and all of that, and then you need to see that crowd. That was a super spreader event, if there ever was
Super
one.
spreader.
So I was telling someone that this new extension till the 9th of February and 19th of January, it still isn't good enough. The thing is, Nigerians, I made a tweet. If you check my Twitter handle, you see it. I said Nigerians are they have the god of last minute in them.
Yes.
We are this kind of people that when we are giving instructions until let's not go violence, but until like it's gotten to the peak, the extreme, we don't take actions. So when this policy was brought about, I was like, in this COVID period,
Exactly.
and then I wasn't surprised to see the crowd on Monday because I knew the god of that last minute will definitely have Nigerians
Do you know something?
at NIMC
Something
office.
5, 6, 7 months ago, I went for this same thing at that same place. The crowd was like that.
It was like that.
You see, we have a problem. The centers are not enough.
Yes.
I'm telling you. So even, yes,
Some
I
are
know.
making money
I'm
off
not
it,
doubting that.
17,000.
Yeah, there were claims
That
that
we
there were
can be-
bribes being demanded
Yeah.
at these centers.
Just so
There
as to
was
push you
claims at the
forward.
Abuja centers,
Not at the
the
NIMC
Lagos
itself at
center.
Alausa, but this
So
sub-center.
if as much as I agree with you that yes, we're last minute, but then we had a problem with distribution of those kind of centers,
systems.
so that you understand, so that people can get to do these things without having. And then, I mean, we have BVN. Some people have. It's still biometrics. we should have a centralized data system
Yeah.
at
Yes.
this point in
Well,
time.
now,
Honestly.
in their defense, that's what they are trying to do,
do,
centralize our data.
Well, you can
Asking for
but
these
there's
different
BVN.
little...
see, you can export.
can't
I don't see. You can
no.
export for BVN,
They
and
keep
everybody has
asking
done
for-
BVN. Look,
Also
it's
ask
a
for
country.
strands of
You
You
have
just go
yours
to
already.
central
Exactly. I
bank.
don't have mine.
Oh, and when do you try? When do you? Because we will not be able to call you very soon. No.
Okay.
Just so you know.
But
And
there's
look,
COVID scared. You get.
Yeah,
Why would
I
I want
get-
to go there where there's a crowd and the possibility of contracting the virus is high? I mean, now the numbers are increasing. So what if I just go there, somebody just sneezes and it just flies?
I'll tell you a sad story.
That is actually very likely, though.
This is a sad story. Now, last week or 2 weeks ago in the Festac area, Moradofi, there's this market everybody goes to. This is
Okay.
where everybody goes to try and, get the daily needs and all of that. Now, it was destroyed in the blink of an eye. Warning on Friday, Saturday morning, I actually witnessed the trucks and the bulldozers go in and started destroying everywhere. Now, the funny thing is, in this period, we have a second lockdown likely, lockdown 2.0 likely. And the worry of most people who live in this area, in the Festac area, is where are we going to be able to get our daily needs? Are we going to have to travel outside of Festac to a market outside of Festac to try and get our daily needs? Because this was servicing that need from before. But now it's no longer there. Was that the right time for
To
the
do that
government
kind
to
of-
actually do
So
that kind of thing?
that brings us to what we were talking about. Policies are policies. Yes, government has a right to enforce policies because, to be realistic, the NIMC and NIN registration has been ongoing for years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
However, there's also the thing of timing.
Timing,
The
exactly.
timing is
I'm
poor.
being- I'm being
If you're going
humane.
to enforce something like this,
I
we are
don't
talking
get.
of maybe to like June next year. Because
Yes.
even worldwide, it's being said that COVID is going to still be around till like
Oh,
July
for a very
2021.
And then, you know-
And with this new
it's
mutation,
confusing.
it might even be longer.
So with the new mutation, we need vaccines that are designed to tackle that one as well, because what it's doing is that it's just trying to evolve so it doesn't, it's just going past
It's a
its
That's
new
strain.
exactly what
It
the
happens
doctor
in
told me,
malaria.
that another kind
Remember-
of vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember 4 or 5 years ago, the drugs we had then. I would have called some names now, but they went past because stronger ones had to come
Yeah.
because this virus,
It's
bacteria,
malaria drugs from 4 years
You
ago
understand?
don't work
They don't
anymore.
work
Yeah,
anymore
right,
because
don't.
they evolve it. But in this one, what you said about the market, really, that one,
It's very sad.
it shatters me.
Yeah.
very
Like
sad.
at this point in time where
Like there's nothing wrong with them saying, oh, that maybe the market was not in the original plan. But also
Give some
put yourself in those people's shoes. People are preparing for Christmas. Some people have invested money to sell things to make returns. So give them time.
See, Tope, if government wants to destroy something, personally, I believe you have every right to do so. But have you created the alternative before destroying? That's
and
usually
have
my
you
issue.
allowed them take away
If you
their
feel this place is
properties?
bad, okay,
Most
look
of
at the
them.
Alade market. Since when has
Come
it
on.
been destroyed?
And
Look
there's
at the
nothing, no
situation.
alternative.
But there were people earning a living from there. Where is
Well,
though
it's-
that one there was even an alternative at the back.
Okay,
It's a very
at least
that's
sad
even fair.
situation, and we're hoping that if anybody's been affected, any of these destructions, we really, our hearts go out to you.
Yeah.
However, if you're out there and you're trying to perhaps maybe navigate your way around this whole COVID scare, do take all the precautions that you have to make
Please
sure
be
that
careful.
you avoid contact, social distancing, and wear your face mask. Don't think that we don't have ours here.
Yeah,
As a
I
matter
have
of
mine in my
fact,
bag.
everybody's
I
got
do.
one of
Everybody
these,
does.
and we're not trying to touch any of the others. So, tell you what, just be safe out there, okay? It's still Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back. It's Wake Up Nigeria, of course, and we are here with social media. Now, use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Also, talk by East 28. Yeah, talk by East 28. Okay, that's the hashtag to send your greetings. I know we'll put out that post on Twitter, but hey, come on, we'll take a look. We'll just start this. We're taking a look at her Instagram page. I was mentioning to Mazino that a Christian girl should not have this kind of
Must you say it on camera?
It's okay. We like it.
a Christian girl should not. Now what's doing this now? Is it this tea you're drinking? Drop the tea. When it's your birthday, we'll get to you, eh? But hey, come on. Okay, I think most of her birthday wishes she reposted them on her stories. So let's take a look at her stories. Okay. I thought it was King Sonny Ade that was sending the greetings. But that's music on Instagram, yeah? Okay, so Chikwebu Kaude says, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Tope. And this is from Dami Brown says, happy birthday. Sunshine. Tope, yeah, someone sunshine.
Can't you see how bright her face is?
Hey, happy birthday. DJ Fresh now just says happy birthday, babes. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Omada Davina says, my love, happy birthday. I wanted to come and be your PA for today, but Dana said no. Love you, girl. May God and your angels continue to guide and protect you always. All right. Thank you for those wonderful wishes to Tope. Star girl, birthday girl. Okay. Obasheks, happy birthday to the quintessential. To the quintessential. Okay, he's finally on social media, by the way. That's we know. Yeah, happy birthday to the quintessential.
I love this hair, by the way, girl. Looks gorgeous.
Yeah. Biodun Steven says, Tope, this is the hair you're wearing now,
Yes.
right? This was yesterday.
It's birthday hair now. What do you expect?
Happy birthday, shine on from Biodun Steven. And this is from Johnson eBay. Johnson eBay says, happy birthday. Mazino, where was this one?
From this morning.
This is from this morning.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what shenanigans Lizzie Baby was up to this morning.
Stop that,
Lizzie,
God.
baby.
Stop that, Lizzie, baby. Please stop it.
Hey, focus. What she say here? Okay, Tilisha says, happy birthday, girl. Yeah, Doris Okorie says, happy birthday, sweetie, love you. Telegram says, Tope, happy birthday, strong lady. I like that, strong lady, yeah. I like that, cheers. It has been great knowing you. God bless and keep you, honey. Honey, sunshine.
Oh,
What's
my.
happening?
What's your-
This is your
Mike,
year
can-
of unimaginable strength. Yep, I concur with that one. All right, happy birthday to one amazing human. This is from Amanda of A Splash. J-Bo says, happy birthday to Leon Mulgrace and Elevation Side. Elevation side dish.
You're somebody's
You are
side dish.
somebody's side dish.
It's something
It's
inside
based
them.
on every
No,
side.
the Tope has
I
to
think-
explain
I
this
think
side
they
dish.
Okay, she has to
meant
explain it, eh?
elevation on every side. Come on, guys.
Eh?
Let's be decent today.
It's side dish we saw.
Abio, is it not side dish? Happy birthday, side dish.
That's it. It is something now.
Today is my
Happy birthday to
I'm
my
turning
G,
a
a
new
real queen at Tope Olonio. Have a good one, fam. Okay, yeah, that's it for this thing there. Okay, this was the shoot, right? This was the shoot. So this is the birthday picture. You can go on Instagram, download the picture, or repost with this picture saying Tope is 28. Happy birthday. Well, you didn't put the hashtag. Oh.
Fresh baby.
Let's
some
see.
of those
Okay,
comments out.
the amazing 28-year Tope Olonio is 28. Okay, yeah, as you know, that's right. Let's check out the comments. Stan says happy birthday. Stan was supposed to. Is Stan still coming?
No, not
He's not coming. I'll get to him. I'll get to Stan, okay? And this is Mommy. Mommy says, wishing you a very happy birthday. Amazing Clef says, happy
is that her
birthday.
mom?
Yeah, that's her mom. That's her mom.
Her mom, they look so much alike.
Yes, they
She's
do.
got great teeth too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not patronizing.
It
you,
runs
Tope.
in the family, huh?
Yeah. Okay,
Thank you, Mazino.
I thought I was Shatta Wale wishing you happy birthday. I was wondering, you've left Mali out to Shatta Wale, but yeah. Okay, happy birthday, baby. It's today that all the baby and all the love and everything. Okay, yeah, drop it. Choma says happy birthday. Happy birthday from Ariel.
And Ariel.
Okay, I was going to have to go. My friend says happy birthday. Tope, do have a blast one.
You better not mention that one.
Which one? Mention it, please.
Nah,
that one.
that's what they will
Please,
see you
I want
to.
to follow
Move on,
her.
Joe.
Who's
Which
that
one?
person? Fatty.
Fatih Bombokso.
Wow.
I'm following her after now.
Why are you following her? What did she say? She just said happy
Bum
birthday.
XO.
Okay, Fatih Bombom X.
Oh my
You're
God.
not-
Mike, come on.
No, I'm not trying to use English. Fatih
You
Bombom.
see these guys,
Fatih
I don't
Bombom.
know.
Oh.
You can't even be decent
Fatih Bom Bom.
today.
What's that song?
I don't know the song, go.
Oh my God, I don't know.
That's
the
as far as
song.
my
Fatih
naughty
Bom Bom.
goes.
Fatih Bombom. Okay, this is yeah. So everybody, happy birthday. You can so
You've got amazing friends. That's fantastic.
yeah. So
And
this is
everybody,
how we
wishes
do it.
you well.
This is how we do it. For landed property gifts to Tope, you go through Mazino.
Thank you.
For clothes and hair, Bone Street, you go through Mary.
For
food.
money,
for
go
cash
through Mike.
And food.
For cash
You
and
send it
food,
to my account.
you come through me. My number is 20888.
10.
Not in existence.
You know what
bank.
ABC means? And you know the bank, the final bank with the last letter of the
Only.
We said so. That's why you talk about cash gifts and food gifts. Please. Don't say that I need to talk about is too busy for today.
Yeah, right.
But hey, come on, she's doing something in the kitchen, of course, with the wonderful chef, Shebio Timo, who is our chef of the year already after our Phoenix Gang chef. How are you guys doing?
Good morning, Chef Shavis Timon. Welcome to the show. Mike, thank you guys. Thank you so much for that. but it was hilarious. And thank you to everyone who's been sending me birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. But we're back and we are in the kitchen. Yes, we have beans. We have smoke. This is what they call pala fish, right? Yes. So I just recently discovered this fish. I feel like I've been lost. And it has such an amazing aroma whenever you put it in your food. But what are we preparing this morning?
Nothing special.
Ah, it has to be special, oh. It's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
It's my birthday.
Please.
Please. And we have kuli kuli to go with it, right? Hey, we're gonna give them. Okay, so what are we making?
We are doing our go.
Oh! Let me give you a secret.
Secret of the recipe.
Okay, I came to Lagos in 2015, and up until I came to Lagos, I had never eaten ewa going. And I didn't start eating ewa going until 2017. And to date, ewa going is like my favorite favorite go-to breakfast. So
we are going to
birthday breakfast served. Okay, so let's prepare.
Nothing special, but what is special about it is how to prepare the sauce.
Oh, okay.
Beans is a regular thing that we all know. This is a cooked beans because if I should start cooking it here now,
it will take time.
To take time. So it's already cooked.
Okay.
So now what we are doing now, especially
going sauce.
The sauce.
Okay. So
how
let's
to make this. So sometimes our people don't really get it right. Yeah. Because they believe is this our normal pepper maize and the stuff, and which is quite different from what is really it. What makes it the ewa going itself.
Okay. So now
this is the pepper.
Okay. What pepper is this?
It's high pepper. We call it high pepper.
High pepper.
High pepper. It's the seed of those our dry pepper.
Oh, okay. So they use the seed to.
So it's the seed now grounded into powder. Okay. You can also do it in pastry form. I'm still going to add some water now to make it pastry.
Okay.
So
this is it. And then what do we have
here?
This
is my crayfish.
Crayfish.
My salt. And same thing, the high pepper, the fish, and the plantain to garnish it. You can use bread, but there's no bread now. I would have come along with bread, but I don't like
it from across the road.
No problem. So
and then palm oil, of course.
Yeah, and the palm oil.
Very important.
Very, very important.
Okay, so this shouldn't cost so much for anyone who wants to prepare this.
It doesn't cost so much. It just depends on how you want it. Some people want it fine. As in garnish, put everything.
So you can garnish it with fish, with fish.
Now, I'm still going to fry this fish.
Oh, you're still going to fry it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I'm trying to make this pepper, this
oil hot.
Now, I'm putting my beans inside this. Okay. It's cooked already, though, but we have to make it warm.
Yes,
and
of course.
I'm still going to match it. At the same time, to achieve that softness. But it's already soft, though.
Dear viewer, if you are like me, who has been trying to learn how to prepare ewa going, you better sit back, relax, and enjoy this process. So that we don't have to buy it from the roadside again. Exactly. You can cook it in your house. Okay. So do we have to use these exact beans? Can we use the white beans, or to achieve it, it must
be
beans?
Any type of beans. Okay. But when you use this particular type of beans, which is called popularly known as oloyin, it's more sweeter.
Okay.
That sweetness is there. But mostly the white beans is mostly used to make moi moi. Yes. It's sweeter in moi moi than this. Okay. So they all have their different tastes, though, depending on how you want it
to be. Okay. Yeah. So you could note that down. So if you are home and you want to prepare ewa going, you might want to scribble down the ingredients. We have the beans, we have the high pepper, we have smoked fish.
Blended onions.
Blended onions, okay.
I'm going to use it to mix this.
The high pepper, okay.
The pepper.
We have salt, we have crayfish, and we have plantain. So we're going to...
You can also use water too, but when you want it to be more ultra.
Okay. So now she's mixing the high pepper, and of course that is definitely going to be amazing by the time she's done.
I'm going to put my onions in the oil.
Okay.
That's the onions.
All right. This is a closer view of what the high pepper looks like. But you know what? We are going to go on a break. When we come back, we're going to delve more into Wake Up Nigeria, the best breakfast show in Africa. I said it! Yes! Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Thank you for staying with us. It's Health Tuesday, of course, and we have Dr. Dr. Santa Nicolaus in the house. But hey, that's a sobriquet, of course, it's Dr. Ayorena in the house. And it's great to have you.
Good to see you, Michael.
You planned for this, oh?
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yes.
See the voice now.
You know.
You need to come and sign me up. But it was like the Christmas spirit, but hey, come on. Today, it's holiday period, and then, of course, due to the new regulations with the SARS, a lot of schools have actually closed a little bit earlier, so kids are at home. So today we're talking about safety of kids while they are at home. Very, very important. A number of people have seen some parts of their kids they've never seen before in the past 1 year.
Lockdown.
In the past 1 year. So what is the first thing to take into note when kids are at home when it comes to safety?
When it comes to safety, especially during the holidays, Michael, believe you me, everything is a potential hazard. So you want to look at the various parts of the house. So you're talking about the kitchen, you're talking about the toys, you're talking about the food, and then you're talking about decorations and fireworks. So I think Christmas is all about giving presents. So when you are giving children presents, you want to give presents that are age appropriate. And what does that mean? That means that you are giving them presents that you are sure don't have parts that are small enough for them to put into their mouth, because those parts can actually get into their airway, block their airway, and they could choke and actually die, because we've seen it time and time again. Wow. Sometimes, if they're able to take out the battery from the compartment of the toy, especially those round button batteries, they can actually swallow those, and those kind of get stuck somewhere in their, in their throats, and those can actually wear off, or really, degrade, their gullet or their esophagus. And so that is a real hazard with toys. And of course, toys that have dangerous moving parts, those toy cars, you really want to keep them away from children that are too young to use those things. So toys, that's probably the first thing that you need to pay attention to.
You know what you say is quite very true, because I know that the sense of taste is the one that kids come into contact with first. Anything it's taste. And maybe that's where this market people learn how to check if something is original. They go for their mouth, because that's the first thing. So yes, that I fully can understand what you're saying. Checking things that they can put in their mouth, make sure that it's not small. Can't we just lock up the kids somewhere? With all due respect to kids, maybe the way you keep pets and you lock them in, so that you ensure that they're not moving.
So believe you me, kids are actually escape artists. If you are looking for Houdini the Great, you will find it in a child, because they will escape from wherever you lock them. Believe you me, you'll find out how did you get out? Constituency member, how did you escape? But that's what they do, and so of course that brings me to the point about, food, because children will always look for food, and as you said, children explore stuff with their mouths. And so when it comes to food, so first of all, you really want to make sure that also for infants, children who are less than 1 year, you are giving them food. If you give them food that they must hold or they must feed themselves, you want to give them food that they can hold in their hand and that their palm will not completely grasp, because that way they can only put it on their mouth and they won't be able to actually put it into their throats, and then it won't get into the wrong way, the lungs. So you want to avoid giving them things like chin-chin, hard things that they will need to chew, because they don't have teeth for chewing all those things. So don't give them chin-chin, don't give them nuts, don't give them grapes, because those will enter their mouth and it will block their airway and it will choke them. Make sure that food that they are being given is cooled, has cooled down significantly, because it's so easy for them to be running around and dashing around, or even sit down on the table, and then they hit something, and then the food upturns on them. And that's a significant risk for burns, and so you want to avoid that as much as possible.
I like the part about chin-chin, hard food and small stuff like that. How about asun?
Okay. As a matter of fact, I know that a lot of kids probably won't get anywhere near anything that has pepper, but asun should be, left for, older children, because essentially asun can be a bit tough, so you don't want to give them, asun if they can't, chew it for sure.
It depends on who's making the asun. Okay, so what other things? I know now you mentioned the kitchen, of course, and all that, the living room and all of that, and then other places that they can explore. Is there anything that we can do when it comes to maybe locking off some places if they are around?
Yes, precisely. So thank you very much for that, Michael. So locking up places like the kitchen, for instance, because then again, if there is an open flame in the kitchen, you don't really want children going in unsupervised. Yeah. You really don't want them, going near the dining table, especially if there is a tablecloth overhanging the table, because I've seen situations where there was a hot bowl of pap on the table, a child comes along and pulls the tablecloth, and the pap that was on the edge of the table actually pours over the child. And of course, that was weeks and weeks of admission of female for burns. And so you really don't want that to happen. So these are all the hazards. So if you must use a tablecloth, make sure that the tablecloth is not hanging too low over the edge of the table. And of course, Christmas trees are attackers. Christmas tree fell on me when I was a young individual. That's why I'm the way I am. So you see,
how are you?
Somehow. So
Interesting.
Yes, Christmas tree. So children, they're excited. Christmas tree, the lights are there, and then so they go and they pull on the Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree can actually fall on them and harm them. And if you are really bougie, you know, if you're like such Banana Island, the tinsel on Christmas trees in really bougie areas is actually made of glass, and glass can actually shatter. Yes, and
exactly.
Yes.
When we're talking about tinsel, of course, the leaves and those small things and all that on the Christmas tree, like we can see here, that is very, very. That's something that we really do have to take note. What if a parent or a ward or somebody taking care of them has to sleep? That is somewhere where a lot of accidents do occur, and you just hear a scream and somebody's jumping out from sleep, or maybe it's not planned and you just maybe you doze off or something.
Oh, truth be told, because Christmas can be a very tiring period for everyone, and so sometimes you'll find out that, you know, somebody wants to sleep, and please, sleeping is not a crime, but just make sure you sleep in shifts. Make sure that you draw roster for sleeping, because you really don't want to be napping and then next thing you hear a child, you know, bim. You know, beam is the last thing you want to hear, and the next thing the child is, you know, has rolled on, you know, something, you know, that somebody has left on the floor.
Loud scream.
Loud scream. I mean, that's probably the most alarming thing, and that's the last thing anyone wants during Christmas. And of course, the other thing, of course, is fireworks. I know people might not have money to buy banger, because I've not had banger in my area.
I've heard in my area. They started in last month, I don't know what's happening.
Are you serious? Because I haven't heard, but please.
So, but it depends on the area.
On the area. Make sure that you're not putting fireworks anywhere near children. Some adults can't even be responsible with fireworks. Talk less of children. I've seen people actually have their hands and fingers blown out because they were holding the firework in their hand when the banger was about to go off. And I'm like, why would you do that, you know? And then, of course, food. Please make sure that if you drink alcohol, this is television. Make sure if you drink alcohol, anything, make sure that you clear, you know, the alcohol from this, because children are curious. And if you leave a little bit of beer, a little bit of, you know, alcohol in a glass somewhere, if you don't clear it, a child will stroll along and actually drink some of that. Another confession I think I would like to make. Daddy, I'm sorry.
So if you drink beer, it can turn out like Dr. Ayo.
No, please.
Thank you, Dr. Ayo. I know there's still much more, but hey, that's what we can take for now. It was a pleasure having you.
Absolutely great to be here. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. All right, that's it, of course, on health. I hope you're able to pick up something when it comes to taking care of children during the holiday period. Okay, let's head over to Birthday Girl in the Kitchen. What's up?
Thank you so much, Mike. Welcome back to the kitchen. If you are just joining us, I have with me Chef Shebil Timor, and we are preparing a very Nigerian breakfast. And I would like to call it my birthday special, because I just happen to love ewa going. So if you are one of my fellow Nigerians who has been craving to learn how to make ewa going, Chef Shebil Timor is your go-to. Because now she's been taking us on the process, and if you're just joining, I'll just quickly run you through the ingredients. We have beans, of course, and then we have high pepper, which is what you need majorly for the sauce. We have palm oil, we have onions, and we have crayfish. Now, I was talking to her about how you can get the high pepper, because I've never seen it in the market, and guess what? That's why we like having chefs like Chef Shebil Timor, because they, apart from cooking on the show, they also have these items which you can just purchase. So you can follow her on Instagram, Super Tongue Concept.
Yes.
And then you can buy your high peppers from her and just make your ever going sauce.
Just start stirring. You keep stirring.
Okay.
You keep stirring.
So do you keep it on low heat or medium or
low
high?
Heat. On low heat.
Okay.
So keep stirring until it gets dark, as if it's getting burnt.
Burns.
It's not. That's the secret of the recipe.
Of this. Okay.
So most people do it and they still have this.
It's
pepper.
still this color.
Yes. No, it's not even this color. You won't get it. You know, when you are eating on the street, you see it so blended, black, as if, what's this? There's nothing special. This is it. You keep turning and keep stirring and keep stirring. Yeah. And before you know it, it gets dark.
Also, if you want to make it extra, also now we're mashing the beans as well.
That's what they do. You mash the beans. After mashing them, you see them carrying it around.
Yes.
That's why I said, that's why I cook it before, because
I'll be able to achieve this
if you are doing it here in the studio.
Now, for Nigerians in the diaspora, if you haven't eaten ewa going, I don't know what I'll say I feel for you, but it's kind of like a painful stuff. So, please write down this recipe.
Yes,
better still, if you're working or if you don't have time now, guess what?
Cook for you and bring it now.
You can cook and bring it to the abroad. You just visit our YouTube channel, TVC Entertainment, search for Wake Up Nigeria, scroll to the kitchen episodes, scroll to today's episode, and you can binge watch, you can write down the recipe, and you can cook with the show. And you have to send us videos or tag us on your videos or tag us on your pictures on how you achieved your own homemade ewa going. This is something that I thought was going to take me 10 years to learn, but guess what? Welcome Nigeria to the rescue, guys.
Yes, so that's why we are here for you.
Okay, so we're still going to be staring this, as Chef Shibotimo said. It's going to take a while, and we're going to definitely give it all the time we need for it to get ready. But we're going to go on a break. When we come back, the best breakfast show in Nigeria continues. You don't want to go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's just like, you know, I mentioned earlier, the whole mother-in-law thing again. Like, why do some mother-in-laws make life miserable?
I think I was having a conversation with my makeup artist friend yesterday, and then she was telling me a story about someone that had a problem with her mother-in-law to be, and had to call off the wedding because of this stress. Oh, wow. So she's a very she's a hardworking TV presenter that's a person, and then the mother-in-law says right after the wedding, because her husband is in Canada, she's going to have to close her shop. She's going to have to not close her shop, quit her career, and come stay with them in the village, pending when she gets her papers to leave the country.
I don't understand.
Do you understand?
But you see, this thing, just let me ask a question. If it was you and the mother-in-law to be said, okay, no, or your mother, your mother said you should not marry the person you really love and want to marry just because of maybe tribal differences or from another tribe and all that. Would you do that?
No. My mother would even say, I don't think any mother in this age and time.
I mean, what business has your mother-in-law got with your decisions?
No, your mother.
So now this is your mother, the girl's mother-in-law.
What business has she got? Either of them, anybody.
Maybe your mother.
I think your mother says, now. Your mother will be thinking of peace of mind.
Okay, but your mother says maybe just for something like maybe religious differences, or maybe.
You know, a song starts playing in my head just as he says it. Should I sing it?
Sing it.
If I could run away.
You run away.
No, my point is.
No,
my point
but
is,
really, that's why many people elope. I'm not encouraging elopement. It's not always a good idea, believe me. But the reality is this. Two people are going to live together, devoid of all these external influences. If they cannot cope with each other, they are going to go their separate ways. And while they are going through that process, there will always be that abamo, as Yoruba say.
What does it mean?
I wish I should have married this person I wanted to be with, had I known. You know, and these are the things that cause such issues. Because you're like, let this person be with who they want to be with. If it's not going to work, it won't work. If it's going to work, it will work. So the tribal one is the one that blows my mind. And this one, Tope just shared.
Be praying for your, see, before you see boyfriend, say, God, bless my mother-in-law. Pray for your mother-in-law first. Before you pray for husband.
Yoruba boy sees Igbo girl that he loves and everything, and just because mom says, I don't like Igbo girls.
Nah.
And that's just, and Baba actually cuts it off.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, you go suffer around.
Exactly.
I'm not saying your parents shouldn't have an influence over you, but the reality is, if mom or dad, you know, is telling you don't go with this person, it's just because of tribe, then you need to ask more questions.
Exactly.
There might be, you know, there's this proverb of what an elderly person sees.
I beg.
Let's go.
I'll use
Malians. Let them continue. Let's take this person.
Don't worry.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Thank you for staying tuned. Time for the news update on Wake Up Nigeria. A federal high court sitting in Lagos has dismissed a 2-count charge of money laundering against Abdullahi Babalele, the son-in-law to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Justice Chukwujeku Aneke upheld the defendant's no-case submission and struck out the charge filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on the ground of wrong venue. The court held that the charge ought not to have been filed in Lagos when the alleged offense was said to be committed in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Mr. Babalele was arraigned in 2018 and then rearraigned on October 8, 2019 of accusation of giving former President Olusegun Obasanjo $140,000 on the instruction of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. The defendants pleaded not guilty on both occasions. Now to cheering news for many Nigerians. The federal government has extended the deadline for the provision of the National Identification Number by telecommunications service subscribers. The Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy made this known in a statement on Monday after a meeting between the federal government and major stakeholders. The statement, jointly signed by the Executive Vice Chairman Nigerian Communications Commission, Umar Dambata, and the Director General, National Identity Management Commission, Aliyu Aziz, endorsed 3 weeks extension for subscribers with national identification number from December 30, 2020 to January 19, 2021, and 6 weeks extension for subscribers without NIN from December 30, 2020 to February 9, 2021. NIMC says it has provided strategies to enable citizens attend the registration in full compliance with COVID-19 protocols. The NCC had last week ordered telecommunications companies to suspend phone subscribers who have no national identification number within 2 weeks. Talking about the coronavirus now, we begin in Nigeria, where the federal government has imposed new restrictions amid the rising cases of coronavirus in various parts of the country. Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, announced this on Monday at the briefing of the task force in Abuja. According to him, the new restrictions include the closure of all bars, nightclubs, pubs and event centers, as well as recreational venues in all states and the Federal Capital Territory. All restaurants were also directed to close except those providing services to hotel residents, takeaways, home deliveries and drive-ins. All informal and formal festivity events, including weddings, conferences, congresses, office parties, concerts, seminars, sporting activities, end-of-year events, have been restricted to not more than 50 people. Gatherings linked to religious events have also been reduced to less than 50% of the capacity of the facility. Physical distancing and the use of face masks are to be strictly enforced. Events to be attended by more than 50 people are to be held outdoor only. The PTF also specified that public transporters should carry passengers not more than 50% of the capacity of their vehicles in compliance with social distancing rules. And that's it on the news updates today on Wake Up Nigeria. Now to the sports news.
Welcome back, people. Welcome back, people. You know that Wake Up Nigeria is not complete without our performance. To kickstart our day with some energy, we have Demilade, also known as OT, this morning, and he's going to be blowing us away. Good morning, Demilade. How you doing?
I'm good.
You could walk in, take your grand entrance.
All right.
Let's see you walking. Oshe, give that. How you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
So how long have you been singing?
For about 8 years.
8 years?
Yeah, but not like professionally, because like, you know, as a kid, you know, music was the only way I could express my feelings. So I'd be on my own and legit start writing some things down.
Ooh.
You know, then, you know, as time passed, you know,
you
we
thought
had
to take it professional.
I took it professional, you know.
So how did your parents take it?
My mom was pretty much the only one around, because yeah, because my father left like at a young age, yeah. So
what are you performing for us this morning?
Yeah, the song is Addicted.
Addicted?
Yeah.
Okay, this is an early morning and I want to see how addicted I'm going to be to your music.
All right.
Blow us away.
Let's turn it up.
At rhythm, you have to talk about. Cause you early, come living lavish. Baby bending, no tell me story. Girl, you got a kiss from my heart, I'm a baby. Picture you when I sleep, I'm a dreamer. With a fine girl, she give me fever. Now you leave me, I pull up in the Uber. Up to the wet I work. Now with your love I go. Addicted to your love I know. Me I no be give and go. To the wet I work. Down with your love I go. Addicted to your love I know. Me I no be give and go. But you ready, come living lavish. Should be bendy, no need to tell story. You be mine and you know I'm down for two. In my boat, let me know if you down for cruise. In your heart, you know that my love is true. If I'm bad, you know I'm still in pool. This kind baka, they make man polo. Tell my mama, don't find my joro. Close to my heart, sing my polo. Me there for you, now if you change my parole. Give me happiness, take away my sorrow. Riding with you, if you ride just solo. If you ride just solo. Make it juicy. Up to the words I work. Down with your love I go. Addicted to your love I know. May I not be given go. Up to the words I work. Down with your love I go. Addicted to your love I know. May I not be given go. Just me and you for the night. You will never leave my side. But you are a ride or die. Give me your love. You end it, got me looking like this. Give me bendy, know that them stories. But you end it, got me in lavish. Give me bendy, know that them stories. Make it juicy. Up to the words I work. Down with your love I go. Addicted to your love I know. May I not be given go. Up to the words I work. Down with your love I go. Addicted to your love I know. May I not be given go.
That was an exciting performance, fantastic. And it's always a pleasure to have our guests here in the studio with us. And today we have with us Jane Adunni.
Yeah.
Hope I got that right, yes?
Yes, you did.
You're welcome. Today we're talking parenting, and of course you know what we're talking about.
Yes.
We are making memories with our kids,
Yeah.
especially this festive season. And you're the experts. So you're going to be telling us exactly how we can do that, especially in these times that we find ourselves. Yeah. It's a very different year, 2020. Thank goodness it's ending and we're hoping for the better. But with family, we have to make the best of what we can.
Do.
So, hey, what should we be looking forward to this festive season with our kids?
Like you said, no thanks to COVID-19, we all have to make do with what we have. And this is an unusual Christmas, but we can still make it fun for our children by being a little bit more intentional about creating memories for them. So one of the things you can do is to have them set up. Most houses already have their Christmas trees up. So you could, if you haven't, so you could have your children join you, to decorate the tree. What else can you do? You could bake together as a family. One thing I actually love, a favorite tradition, Christmas tradition in my home, is watching movies. Yeah, so, and let me tell you, let me let you in on a little secret.
Okay.
In my home, Christmas is about the time we pay for the full subscription. You know what I mean?
For television, yes, I do.
So we look out for Christmas movies and we watch it together as a family.
How big is your family?
We're a family of 5.
Family of 5?
Yeah.
3 kids?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they are triplets.
3 kids? Oh, 3
They are triplets. So,
no.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. So we are always together watching these films, and what I try to do is to make a little something we can munch together while we watch. You turn off the lights, everybody's under a duvet. It doesn't cost so much, so you don't really have to go out.
I was actually going to talk about that, the aspect of budget and knowing that not everybody actually is that liquid when it comes to 2020. A lot of income didn't come like it was supposed to.
A lot of people lost their jobs.
Exactly, so you can expect that it's going to be a very sparse Christmas.
Yeah.
So on a budget now, how can we make these things
Fun
happen?
for
When
the
we
kids.
can't pay the full subscription,
Okay.
what else can parents do?
You could go online and watch if you want to watch these movies. You could introduce your children to, right now we can't really go to churches to gather and have these carol nights. So you could go on YouTube, thank God for YouTube, go to these channels and watch them together with your children. And while you are trying to create these memories, let them also understand the true essence of Christmas. We shouldn't be caught up in the whole festivities and forget why we're actually celebrating. You could also have a drive around your area or areas where you have the Christmas lights. Though it's not as, it's not so commonplace as it was last year, but some neighborhoods, some areas, they have the Christmas lights all over. It's beautiful, especially at night. So you want to have your kids in the car and you guys, walk around or drive around and see those things. And another thing we could also introduce our children to is the concept of giving. Let's weed out, look into our wardrobes, some of the things our children don't really need. Sometimes we stockpile a lot of things.
We hoard them is the word.
We hoard them, that's just the word.
We're
We don't need them.
attached to them, quite frankly. My mother still had stuff from when I was a baby.
It's
and
common.
I saw my daughter actually wear some of these things, and it was cute.
Okay, so you want to pass it down to
Yeah,
our
but
own.
then again, maybe it's not something I need to because it's
Okay.
already too old.
Okay.
So yes, giving out these
Give out,
things,
give out.
It instills a kind of culture in them of
Of
generosity
course,
as
of
well.
course.
This was mine, and I'm
Of
giving
course.
it out.
So you want
you.
to identify people in your neighborhood who don't have and give out toys, gently used clothes, things they will actually find very useful. If you have foodstuffs, why not give out to people?
Okay.
You could also identify a charity and give out, or you could also have your children go over to a motherless or an orphanage home just so that they see life from another angle and see that, you know, they are blessed to have this. There are others who don't have that. So you want to introduce the whole concept of charity. Then, of course, family photo shoots. It doesn't have to be all that fancy. It could be everybody in the morning wearing their PJs, but I always say moms should always make sure they are in those photos.
Moms, why moms especially?
Because most times we are always behind.
They're the ones taking the picture.
We are
Mommy was the one taking the picture.
No,
nah.
mommy must be in that photo, no matter how you look.
Well, there are
You know?
timers on these things now, so set a timer, make sure everybody is
yes.
inside
So
of it.
take-
Now, there's
take
something
photos.
that everything that you said has a sense of building a certain kind of culture and family. Now, with 2020 the way it is, I identified the first lockdown with the points family, fun, and fitness.
Yes.
And we might be going into another sort of lockdown.
Yeah.
Now, considering all of that and these little bits that I just mentioned, how can we envelope all of this, especially the fitness angle, noting lockdown as the principal word here?
So I always say this is Christmas. Let's just enjoy Christmas.
First.
Let's enjoy Christmas.
Okay, let's just
enjoy,
get fat off of Christmas
Let's
and then
eat as we want to eat. Let's merry. When we get to the new year, we can start thinking. Let's not, you know, overburden our
Don't
head about
restrict
that.
them.
Yes.
Okay.
Once we get there, you know, just so that we can just make the best of this season. It's so easy to want to feel down because of all that is happening. But I always say we should be thankful we are alive. We have family. We have friends. So even with the little you have, let's make the best of it. I forgot to say that you could also surprise your children.
Okay.
Children love surprises, and the good thing about kids is they are the easiest to please. You don't really need to spend so much. So what's it that your children really love? No, you don't have to spend a fortune to do that. Even if it is wrapping a bar of chocolates, put it under their pillow.
Nice.
Let them wake up on Christmas morning and
the
see
thought
it.
that counts.
It's a thought.
Yeah.
And they will love it. And if you're into the whole Boxing Day unboxing, unwrapping, you could have those gifts at the bottom of your Christmas tree and let your children.
But how do you get kids to understand, especially those who are a bit grown and know that they can tell that there's a certain kind of difference from this year, from last year? How do you get them to understand what's happening in a way that it's, I don't want to say, I don't want to say dumbing it down, but in a way that they can handle it. Oh, this is why it's not as elaborate as what it was last year. How would you advise parents to do that?
By talking to and with them. You
Honestly,
know,
just say,
just being honest.
this is the reason
this is why we
can't travel this year, for
yeah,
instance.
exactly. They already know because, I mean, with school, there's so much precautionary measures, you know. We have to mask up. So even hanging out as a family this Christmas may not really be, you know, so you can, so you can order whatever it is and eat together. One thing this whole virus has done is it has sort of brought families together.
True.
On the
Note
other,
what I said,
yes,
family,
family,
fun and fitness, family.
Yeah, so we are stuck with each other. We can't go anywhere. And God forbid we enter another lockdown. You know, we just have ourselves. So eat out, you know, order, you know, and eat at home, bond. If you don't even have so much money to, you know, have a very elaborate Christmas, maybe kill a goat or a turkey, make do with what you have. If you have younger kids, the better, because they don't really know what is happening, you know. With the older ones, you still have to talk to them and try and preach contentment and all that.
Well, fantastic, Jane. Always a pleasure to have you here with us
here.
on set, and we look forward to having you again for parenting next time.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Do stay tuned. We've got more inside of Wake Up Nigeria. We're just done with parenting, and when we get back, we get to eat what's happening inside the kitchen. Or am I ahead of my time? Don't worry, we'll be right back.
Well, welcome back, and we have with us Nollywood actor Adunni. Now, she was born to, I was going to say, a very beautiful German and Nigerian. I want to go back in time. We need to reconstruct how I was born. I need to be half Adunni and half Nigerian. Not like I'm shading my parents, but welcome to the show,
Thank
Adunni.
you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
I must say that when we watched trailers from your show, from films you've been in, and seeing you now and your English, I'm just like, can we go back? Can we get the real? How do you manage to? I mean, I know as an actress, it's expected for you to diversify and be creative, but how do you switch from being very prim and proper to being very Yoruba and very cultured?
Well, you just have to be able to do that in any environment you find yourself, and that's something that I have always done as a kid. You know, if we're in a prim and proper place, I should be able to speak. If we're in the ghetto, I should be able to, you know, also speak their language. Yes. Not necessarily meaning Yoruba, but be able to communicate with them at all times. So it's just something that, you know, I do.
Naturally.
So what was it like for you growing up? Because I know for many people, having two identities, so to speak, when you have a black father, Caucasian mother, there's always that issue of identity. What was it like for you growing up?
It's the truth. I don't see myself as black. I don't see myself as white. I just see myself as Adunni. Okay. I just want people to accept me for who I am. I don't pick and choose. You know, I'm just who I am. Growing up here in Nigeria was tough. Maybe back then, I wouldn't say people were not used to mixed race being amongst them, but we know how, you know, Nigerians can be, you know. So I dealt with a lot of bullying growing up here from schools, things of that nature. And at the end of the day, it kind of shaped me to be who I am today. You know, you have to grow this tough skin in the world generally, not necessarily being here in Nigeria or, you know, being in America.
And you know, it's funny you talk about tough skin because the industry is known as one that requires that kind of skin. You need to be really tough. You need to be determined. You need to be able to take criticism. You need to be able to take insults too. And not even from fans, but
from everyone.
Everyone.
Not everyone will like you, and we see that even with your job. You know, you're a public figure, so to say. Not everyone is going to accept you for who you are or believe in everything that you stand for. You just keep being yourself, and you know, that's it. That's the most important thing.
So how would you describe yourself as an actor?
How would I describe myself as an actor? In portraying characters, if the character is not similar to myself in real life, I just place my mind in that character and say, what would she do? How would she portray it? And I think that's the best thing for me. You know, I give myself time to sink in what I'm expected to do, and I deliver.
So are you one of those actors who have certain roles that they would not play no matter how much you're going to be paid for it?
Yeah, maybe.
So what kind of roles
just a little
would you
bit.
Not play?
I can't think of anything yet. I think I would be able to play pretty much anything. Like I said, even if I'm not aware of, you know, what that kind of character entails, doing my research and, you know, trying the best that I can to make that character come to life, I feel that's the best thing you can do as an actor. But what would I not do?
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Okay, so your name is Adunni.
Yeah.
And so, but when people look at you, the first thing they think is, oh, when you talk about Nollywood, she probably does the English genre. But then, of course,
I actually do both.
Yes, you actually do both. That's the English and
Yoruba.
You know, breaking into a particular part of the industry is always tough. How are you able to break into the Yoruba industry?
Well, when I came to Nigeria, I wanted to go into Yoruba.
Oh, wow.
That's not what a lot of people do. They want to, you know, get into English and then, you know, cross over. I wanted that, and they didn't really accept me. You know, everyone's guard was up, you know, walls were built, like, where are you coming from? Who do you think you are? You know, but I just believe in hard work.
Okay.
When you put your heart out there and you give it your all, you know, you wouldn't have to run behind people. At some point, they will accept you for who you are.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot for 20 seconds.
No.
One of the clips we've been playing is you speaking to your mother-in-law. Now, you're going to reenact that, but in Yoruba, because
What did I say?
looking at you. No, it doesn't have to be what you said. You can just like try to talk to your mother-in-law like, I don't like the way you're stressing, but be a lot sweeter. Okay?
you want
So
me to
she's the mother-in-law,
But what's
you
your
are the
little
daughter-in-law, but you're speaking in Yoruba. If you like faint, you are speaking in Yoruba.
Do you want me to be harsh? Do you want me
And
to...
anyone that suits you, she'll
Please
pick
clean. You've not. You married my son. And you
up. I
cannot,
think
you
maybe
cannot
hash.
clean
Let's
this
do
house.
hash. Hash will be more dramatic.
Bear in mind that I cannot speak Yoruba, so just
Oh, you can?
easy on me. Yes. Thanks.
Let's get started. I'm here for this.
Ìgbà tó wá jẹ́ birthday yín kan kí ló kàn mí pẹ̀lú gbogbo yẹn? Ìyá, ṣé gbádùn ṣá? Ṣé wà all right? Ṣé mo pé mo ti ń dákẹ́ mò ń wò yín látọjọ́ yìí mi ò sọ kankan? Ẹ mọ̀ pé ọmọ yín ò sí nílé. Ṣé rí tí bá mú cup tó wà wájú yín tí bá ń rún mọ́ orí yín ṣápìlì ara yín á balẹ̀. Ẹ gbé cup yẹn lẹ̀.
Papa, is it fear that made you?
Let me
Because
hold the
the
cup and
Papa
just
we
see.
know.
You will not finish that sentence.
I'm not sure. Is it the film that was still acting?
It's film
Or
now.
is it that you
It's
really want to
film.
beat me?
No.
Let me protect
That
myself.
was fantastic. You speak Yoruba well
That
without
was
an accent,
beautiful.
and that is commendable. Because even people who grew up here struggle to speak Yoruba language.
Yeah.
Well, but that brings me to something else.
Yeah.
How did you learn to speak it so well?
My grandmother.
Oh,
Yeah. So I came here when I was a kid, and my mother wasn't here.
Yeah.
She eventually went back, so it was just me and my father.
Okay.
Quote unquote single father at that time.
Yeah. Okay.
So you know, my grandmother was there, and she took me in and raised me. And my grandmother is, you know, not educated, and you know, all she spoke was Yoruba. I don't even feel like I speak it as good as I did then. I mean, Konk Ijile Yoruba. Those were the ones that I spoke, but now, you know.
You're a mother, right?
Yeah.
No, my am
you
I a
are?
mother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 2 boys.
Do your children speak Yoruba?
Yes.
Oh, my days.
Yes.
Fantastic.
They're very good with languages, especially the older one.
Oh, okay. How
he
many
used to-
languages do they speak?
Well, they teach them, they're both in secondary school, they teach them Chinese, what's this, German, Yoruba, and other languages, but they stick with Yoruba, and they do well. They do well with languages.
That's nice.
I'm pretty sure you like Yoruba food. I don't even have to ask you.
Yes.
Do I?
Let's take you to the
take you to
street.
the kitchen.
Oh, should
So
I
we
come?
can try.
Yes.
What are we eating?
Breakfast time.
Ewa going.
Hey
That's
guys.
my favorite.
First of
Are
all,
you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't know what to be excited about, the food or Adunni. It's just such a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
Look up. Look up.
You look up.
To her.
So, Tope, you've been in the kitchen.
Yes, we have
detail.
Chef Shabotimo, and she took us to the hood this morning with our breakfast, and she prepared ewa going with fish.
That
And
is it.
very
Yes, sir.
beautiful plantain.
There you go.
I'm not a fan of plantain,
Okay.
but I am a fan of ewagoy. I'm
Okay.
from Badagry.
Okay. Now let's have you dig in and give us
Just-
everything.
Can we remove
Beja
the...
kuro. There
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yes,
Ah,
you
don't
can
waste
remove
it.
Angbe yẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́.
Ewa and beja.
So ká score yín. But ó yẹ kẹ́ fi bread.
Agege.
Oh, they're buying, they're bringing it.
So I'll wait.
Take away.
Yummy. I love this.
I was thinking you're going to say it in another language. How many languages do you speak?
Just English and Yoruba.
Just English and Yoruba. You refuse to learn German?
No. I
You
don't. Even Egun. I don't speak it, but you know. The first words you learn from other languages are curse words.
Oh.
So yeah.
we should probably not.
No, we
Family,
cannot
family,
do
family.
that. We cannot do that.
Mike, where's that gigi bread?
I don't understand.
I'm
You
not
said you were going to get
doing
Agege
that.
bread.
Calm down. Trailer fell on the road.
Come on.
At Agege Pennsylvania
done
Road.
I'm done
So
with
the
Mike.
thing is affecting the transit of the bread. So they told me that 9:05 the bread will be
Mike,
arriving.
it's okay. It's
We'll be
okay.
there.
It's all right. We understand what you're saying in English. There's
The
no
trailer
problem.
fell.
Mike, you have done the worst today.
No, especially with Adunni here. But Adunni, how good
How
is
does
it?
it have this taste?
It's delicious.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you.
to you, Chef
Chef
Shebi
Shebi
Otimo.
Thank you.
You did pretty good today.
Oh,
Thanks
don't
to
forget.
all our guests.
Her special day.
Thanks to everyone who has been a part of the show today. And a happy birthday to Tope! Yeah, it's a birthday. Have a great day while we go party.
Remember I told you people, cash gift pass through me. Lunch, you go through Mazino. And then other things, you go through Mary. See ya tomorrow.
Bye.